first black female representative from the state of Oklahoma and has made a many first.
And I want you to know she served as Secretary of State for the state of
The
Oklahoma.
first black to serve as Secretary of State. She has earned her place on
He
that monument.
sent $50.
Oh, congratulations.
And, of course, my good friend, Mr. and Mrs. Sampson Emery, sent me $10.
Great.
And my dear son, Calvin Davis, sent me $20 for the monument.
Okay.
So I'm just real proud. Altogether, we are still working, and we are not going to turn around because we have to think about Dr. King's speech, I Have a Dream. You know, I think about him all of the time because he was one who said that one day all people will live together in a nation where they will not be judged by the content of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Okay, repeat that. By the color of their skin.
Yeah, you will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And Dr. King has done so much in proving to American people that all races, religions, and cultures can unite together for a unique cause of building our nation. And we are going to build our city. We are going to get rid of these crimes. And we are going to continue to work with the NAACP Youth Council and build this monument. So in thinking about all of those people who came before us, like Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Booker T. Washington, and all of those who worked for freedom, I will continue to work for the Freedom Center Monument, Mrs. Luper.
Nancy, I would like to congratulate you. You raised over $2,000 on that monument. And as you pass there, I want you to remember that Nancy Davis is the first black to attend OSU, is working to perpetuate the history of a people. Blessed are they that respect their history and recall their ancestors with pride. Thank you, Nancy. And I'm going to get on a controversial issue. I want you to stay by and listen. Okay.
Well, I just want to, while I'm here, I'd like to congratulate my neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Lee Johnson, whose children will be celebrating their retirement next Saturday, the February the 15th. I know you know our prize students from Dungy School, Joyce A. Henderson, Etta Mae Norton, Barbara Brooks, Laverne Barrian, and all of that family. They'll be celebrating retirement of their blessed mother and father who worked so hard to put those girls through college, and they have made a monument of memories in our city and in our nation, and we are real proud of those students, those children of the Johnsons.
Okay, Nancy, you've gotten your thanks, and that's it. And thank you so very, very kindly.
Okay, Miss.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now we can talk to my number one daughter, Marilyn.
Hi, how are you this morning?
Marilyn, I'm really fine. I'm leading. I'm the top. I'm the best. I am the best.
Oh, but I'll catch up. I'll catch up and beat you all.
You sure will catch up. You have a long ways. You have a long ways to go to catch up.
That's okay. I will catch up.
Okay. What do you think about Freedom Center and what's happening there and all of that work that has been done under the unique leadership of Mrs. Gloria Matthews inside?
As I drive by the Freedom Center and as I look at the sign and at the walls, at the commandos and the sign and the picture of the black woman that reflects the struggle of the civil rights movement, I feel nothing but a sense of pride and rededication within my soul. And as I walk in the door to look at those beautiful floors and furniture that Mrs. Matthews has worked and put in along with all the other advisors and youth council members, I just feel great. I feel that there is a tomorrow, and tomorrow will be much better than today.
Well, thank you so very kindly. We must continue to work with our young people, and I understand that they are having a big youth program tonight at Fifth Street Baptist Church. Would you be kind enough to tell me about it?
Yes, I'm really excited about it, and tonight, as part of the Black History celebration at Fifth Street, the Youth Council and the young people within our church sponsoring our every month we get together with our young people on Saturday nights at 6 o'clock. But tonight is going to be really special because we're looking at the past, and Portwood Williams will bring that to us. We're looking at the present, and we're honored to have Bobby Battle that will bring that to us. And we're looking at the future, and the future will be looked at by a young, energetic young man by the name of Terrence Littlejohn, who's a student at Putnam City High School.
No, Terrace is at Northeast.
Northeast, I'm sorry, he's at Northeast High School. And we are so excited because I think these are the dynamic three. And if your young people need something to do tonight, bring them to Fifth Street after they are blessed with the spiritual and emotional inspiration of these three guys. There will be Mr. Starks and his group will be singing. The Gents will be singing some spiritual songs, and then after that we feed the kids. But I want you to bring your kids to Fifth Street tonight at 6 o'clock for a shot of inspiration.
Well, certainly we are happy. I understand that Terrence Littlejohn is playing the leading role in the Dred Scott story, which will be presented at the Historical Society on March 6th.
Boy, and he's good. He is good. I was watching him practice on Monday night, and I'm so proud of him and the other young people that will be represented in that presentation of Dred Scott.
Okay, tell me about the insurance business.
Oh, what can I tell you? I would first like to say thanks to you and your radio listening audience for the support that you've given me throughout the year. And I would like to ask you to continue to support me. I need your business. I want to be your agent. Call me at 755-7252, or even call me at home at 427-8399. I want to be your agent.
What kind of insurance do you write?
I write life insurance, home insurance, auto insurance, commercial insurance. I write every insurance that is sold in the state of Oklahoma.
Okay, thank you, Marilyn.
And thank you very much for listening to me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This program is being brought to you by Eugene's Hair Connection, 1907 North Clason. If you're talking about hairstyles, if you're talking about braids, if you're talking about perms, if you're talking about curls, call 557-0119. Now, one thing that's unique about Eugene's Hair Connection, you can get in there, you can just drop in. He has the staff to take care of you. Remember, the number is 557-0119. Reverend Sims?
Yes, God bless you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm so proud of the job that you were able to do last week as we went to Moore High School, and you were there with your member.
Yes, yes.
I know you have a good report for us today.
Oh, yes. Yes, the child was suspended. They said picking up a chair. But come to find out that it was did pick up a chair, but Miss Luper, let me tell you this, that something happened when you came and met with them.
Mrs. Hunter and I have been in education so long until we kind of understand educators.
Uh-huh. I mean, when you talk to them, they came through for us. Hey, and he's happy. I talked to him a few minutes ago, and he's real happy.
Well, you tell him to call me because I would like for him to be present at this big youth rally tonight at 5th Street Baptist Church, 801 Northeast 5th Street. Reverend Sims, tell me about you. You took time out and came and saw about your minister, your member. Now, where is your church located?
1620 Northeast 9th Street.
1620 Northeast 9th Street.
Holy Unity Church of God in Christ.
The name of it is what?
Holy Unity Church of God in Christ.
Okay, well, you are inviting people to your services?
Oh, yes. The service is at 11:15.
11:15. What time do you get out?
About 12:30.
You mean tell me you start at 11:15, be out at 12:30?
Oh, yes.
12:30.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to hear you. I'm looking forward. I want to hear you speak, and I want the public to hear you speak, and I'm going to invite you to be one of our speakers during this Black Heritage Month here on KTLV.
Well,
Would you accept that invitation?
We'd be glad to. And also, Miss Luper, we come on broadcast. Our broadcast is 1:15 a Mondays and Thursdays. We have a 15-minute broadcast.
Okay, well, the public will be listening because they heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. Thank you so very kindly, Reverend Sims.
God bless you.
I do have a thank you from hometown IGA, your neighborhood grocery store, which is open 24 hours a day. We want you to pick up the ads that are in the Black Chronicle. We also would like for you to go in and visit the pharmacy department to enjoy fresh meat and produce, all at Hometown IGA, located here in Oklahoma City on 23rd and North Kelly. Ancient Threads would like for you to come down and see them. Ancient Threads, where you can get everything that you need for Black Heritage Month. Now, you're talking about how proud and black you are. Well, you can get pictures, books, and all at Ancient's Thread, located in 1900 block on North Classen in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This has been a sad week for us because we have lost to one of our young men, and we cannot afford to lose our young people. That's all we have in America. We don't have oil wells like they do in the Mid-East. We don't have coffee like they have in Brazil. We have our young people. And certainly all our hearts are saddened today because of the death of a young man at Douglas High School. Maybe it took this death to bring home a point that I would like to make. And I want you to listen very carefully. I'm not asking you to agree with me, but I'm going to ask some questions of our Board of Education. Many times I have accused the Board of Education to be a racist board. Many times you have stood and watched this Board of Education as it discriminated against black teachers in its history when Emmylou Freeman went to court against the Board of Education and got equal salaries for black teachers. Certainly we say the board was racist when Bobby Dow was denied the right to go to Northeast High School. You remember I was taking them to court, and you remember the Bohannon decision that proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that our Board of Education was a racist Board of Education. You remember the case. You remember that even now we are wrestling, trying to say to the Board of Education, look, we have neighborhood schools which are segregated schools. But then let's bring something home to your memory. I remember so well that there was a young black boy that was stabbed to death at Star Spencer High School. I remember the tears of the students, the teachers, and the family. I remember that. But then I also remember the Board of Education that did nothing after this young man at Star Spencer that happened to have been black was stabbed to death. But let me refresh your historical memory. At Douglas High School, a white student was killed by another white student according to the Constitution of Oklahoma, because the Constitution say that if you're not black, you're white. But then immediately the superintendent of schools changed the whole makeup of the Oklahoma City school system. Now, I call that, I don't know what you call it, I call it racial discrimination, because this death would have been prevented if the school board, the superintendent, would have done something when that black student was killed at Star Spencer, Oklahoma. Now, I want you to watch this. I want you to watch very carefully, because somebody will fool you. Somebody will fool you and say, well, we didn't because we didn't have any money. Then I ask, where did the money come from for them to fly to Dallas and fly in all of those instruments to detect weapons? Down in Hoffman, Oklahoma, we used to sing, is it fair for Brother Rabbit to wear clothes and Brother Possum to go naked? And then the voice would echo back, no, there are clothes for Brother Rabbit and there are clothes for Brother Possum too. Is it fair for a black student to die from Star Spencer High School without the Board of Education calling immediate quick meetings and say, or they say nothing. Or maybe they say we are sorry, but they did nothing but close Star Spencer to students. They might have had a closed campus, but let's look at the facts. White student killed. Board of Education calls special meetings. All of the principals and everybody run into a meeting, coming up with closed schools, coming up with things, preventive measures. But a black boy was killed and nothing was done. You need the NACP, and certainly you need somebody to point out some of the inequities in our society. And I would like for you to do this for me. I would like for you to cooperate in every way, and I'm proud of those students at Douglas High School that stood up and say to the world, I want you to know that this white student that was killed was a great student, and we loved him. And we want the world to know that Douglas is not a bad school. And even the morning's paper has a picture of a black student, which could reflect in the minds that there were blacks that had something to do with the killing, which was wrong. And then in Putnam City, we heard that district saying, oh, we are surprised. We have all of that. We have all, but you didn't see pictures of kids from Putnam City, yet they had a stabbing. Oh, justice, how long will we discriminate against people? I don't know. I would like now to turn to Robin Parks, a black man that needs your help, and we want you to help sign petitions. This is Clara Luper. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Miss Luper, this is Mrs. Clemens Bratton from 2313 Northeast 26, and I'd like to have the phone number to the government so we can call.
Okay, you can find that in the telephone directory under state offices.
On the number I gave it on the line a while ago.
I gave it on the line?
Someone gave it on there. Drinkwater gave the telephone number, and I thought you all had it.
Okay, we have it. Well, we'll get it for you then. Calvin will get it and bring it back to you, okay?
Okay, and I want St. Charles, that Taylor, too. I want his number.
Sir Charles Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
I can give that to you right now, 737-7600.
Yes.
737 7600. I would also like to tell you to go down to Lamore's Beauty Salon and Supply Store, where you can get the supplies that you need at a price that you can afford. Located at 1736 Northeast 23rd. The telephone number is 424-3749. That's Lamore's Beauty Salon. A salon and supply store. You get everything that you need. Everything that you need to make you beautiful. All at 1736 Northeast 23rd Street. And I do have some good news for you, because right down, you can go buy your beauty supplies, and then if you need some catering services, they have a catering supply that will get you those delicious foods, those delicious desserts that you don't have time to bake. I want you to go there at 1734 Northeast 23rd Street and tell them you heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. Somebody called and said that I just pick on little things. I don't think that's a little thing. You give me some big things. I think that's a fact. And if you have some facts that are different, I know if I were your board member, I would be raising sand, and I would sure tell the people that it's fair. Justice is just fair. But I'm not your school board member, and you call your school board member and see to it that justice is equally given. And I would certainly like to thank Dr. Stella, who came to Freedom Center and looked at our building and who has pledged to help us with our AXO program, with other things that we are involved in. And I think that's the way it should be. You got to come to us. And I would like to thank the superintendent of the Moore School District and Dr. Richardson, who will be meeting with us at 5:30 on Wednesday at Freedom Center. If any of you have any grievances or anything you would like to say or any help, we would invite you to come. Now, we are inviting them because the NACP is a civil rights organization, and we really want to see that justice is done. I've been talking about the difference in salaries in that welfare department, and some of you black people are all excited. Don't get excited with me. You go and see Mr. Demps and others and watch this cutting. Make sure that those of us that are the last hired won't be the first one fired. Now, be sure of that. And if you have trouble, don't be scared to talk. Nobody's going to fire you because you're talking. Oh, I would like to thank Betty J. Williams for $25, Mr. and Mrs. Blaine for $20. I would like to thank Iris Rivery for $1.25, and I want you to help us. And speaking of helping, I've never seen a man as happy as Mr. Robert Gates of the Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King A. I told you that every morning when Mr. Gates comes to work, he prays for Freedom Center, the Freedom Wall, the Black History Monument. But when he walked into Freedom Center and he saw the progress that he made, he stood there with tears in his eyes and thanked the God of the universe. When you walk into Freedom Center, you will see a red flow in the front room, which is a reminder of the blood that all Americans have shed on yonder's battlefield, whether that battlefield is in Pearl Harbor, or whether it's in Paris, or whether it's in the far east or the far west. Blood that have been shed for this way of life. When you see the blue in the Gloria Matthews educational room, you will feel the heartbeat of those that are crying out and say, we must be true to our country. And you cannot be true to a country unless you give it the best that you have. Oh, I need not tell you about the advisor's blue room with blue carpet. I need not tell you that. I need not tell you about the conference room known as the president's room. And to see Christopher Fowler, who's just signed to play with the university, Tulsa University. I need not tell you that. I need not tell you about the flowers, but I will tell you that Mr. Gates stood there with tears in his eyes. And we would like to thank all of you that are visiting Freedom Center. Today at 2 o'clock, we will have a visitor from a newspaper in California that has come here to write our story. And we want you in Oklahoma to know about it. Now, when you go to the Gates Barbershop, you're going to be surprised with the number of people that are in that shop. But don't get discouraged because you will be out so quickly you could not believe it. I asked a young man this week, I said, why is it that you come to Mr. Gates? He said, it's because I get a good haircut every time I come here. That's the Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue.
Mom, you know what happened to me this week? Mr. Gates and you put a voodoo on me. We stopped by Gates after the radio show, and Mr. Gates said that there was no way that I was going to win again, that I might as well enjoy my limousine ride last week because I wouldn't have an opportunity to ride again. And Mr. Gates, I must apologize because I told you that I would be riding this week, but you were right. I missed out again on helping on my part to make the monument, to make the dream of Freedom Center a reality.
Today at 11 o'clock, there will be a celebration of the homegoing of Esther Jean Richmond. To everything there's a season and time to every purpose under the heaven. It's Esther Jean Richmond, a daughter of Lindsay and Rosie Richmond, was born August the 20th, 1926 in Waleeka, Oklahoma. She was the 10th child of 12 children. After completing high school, she continued her education in Berkeley, California. She worked in the medical field for 33 years, and she retired from St. Anthony Hospital after 19 years of service. She was a devout Christian. As a young lady, she united with the Star Bethel Baptist Church under the pastorate of the late Reverend Moore of Oakland, California. And upon returning to Oklahoma City, she united with the Fifth Street Baptist Church. In 1960, she united with the Emmanuel Baptist Church under the leadership of Dr. J.B. Bratton, a committed Christian and a dedicated church worker. Serving her church in the adult choir, president of the junior mission, the Baptist Training Union, the chairperson of the church nursery, a Sunday school teacher, and secretary. In 1981, she became church clerk and served until her homecoming. But at 11 o'clock, they will gather at the Emmanuel Baptist Church to say goodbye to a faithful worker. And today we extend our sympathy to our nephews, just like a son, Cosby A. Clay III. To a brother, one brother, and to the entire family. Because we know that this is a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to weep, a time to mourn, a time to love, and a time for peace. We would like to say goodbye as we join others in saying goodbye to Esther Jean Richmond, and also to the Cobb family. When will that service be held, Calvin?
The Wilbur Cobb services will be at 11 a.m. at the Temple Funeral Home located there on North Kelly. We want to also send out our condolences to the Cobb family and wish them well at this time while they're in grief. But those of us that know Wilbur know that he's a great man, and we look forward to seeing him again by and by.
This is a Clara Luper radio show, and remember, whatever you do, we need your support. I would be ashamed if I were black in Oklahoma City and I had not made a contribution to Freedom Center. I would be ashamed of myself. And if I were white, I would be ashamed of myself because I've been talking about what black people are not doing. And those of you that are saying, well, Clara Luper, I don't think you should be building a monument. I don't think you should be working with your children. But I tell you what you can do this evening. You can come to the Santa Fe Motel, where Mrs. Janie Lurks will be working for you because she will have the opportunity to tell you all about those Damites products. That's Janie Lurks at 6 o'clock. This is Clara Luper saying, whatever you do and wherever you go, remember, I do love you and I expect you to keep me on top because that's where I belong.
Pastor Bobby Williams of the New Jerusalem Temple Church of God in Christ.
Ministers, let us listen.
This is the Reverend L.R. Drinkwater, pastor of the Redeemed Missionary Baptist Church. The state of Oklahoma wants to execute a young black man, Leroy Parks. The acts of vengeance will not make Oklahoma a safer place to live. Killing Leroy Parks will show that in Oklahoma County, racial prejudice is stronger than the search for justice. How long must we allow this mockery of the criminal justice system to continue? Stop the killing. Call Governor Walters now at 521-2342. Sister Luper, we thank you for being so concerned. May God bless you and may God keep you.
Mom, we want to thank Reverend Drinkwater for taking the time out to mention we want to thank Reverend Drinkwater for mentioning the case of the Robin Parks. That is a very sad situation, and we're going to be talking about it a lot this week right here on KTLV 1220 on your AM down. But good things happen when you listen to the Clara Luper radio show. Maybe this will be the show that will open the minds, arouse the people here in Oklahoma, and more importantly than that, save the life of a young man named Robin Parks. Today's show
is a very special show. It is dedicated to some special people, and I want you to stay tuned because it's being made possible by Marilyn Hildred, your Allstate insurance agent. If you're looking for insurance, call Marilyn. Call Marilyn Hildred, your Allstate insurance agent. Marilyn Hildred, your Allstate insurance. And when you think of insurance, we want you to think of Marilyn. And what kind of insurance does she sell?
Marilyn has life insurance. Marilyn has home insurance. Marilyn has auto insurance with Allstate Insurance Company. You can call Allstate and you may be interested in finding out how you can save yourself some money, and you can. Give Marilyn Hildred's office a call at 755-7252.
Today's program is a special. Be sure and call a friend and tell them to listen to the Clara Luper radio show. The Russells Merchandise Distributors Incorporated are entering into their 40th year plus of service within our community in northeast Oklahoma, in the city, the state, and county. The people at Russell solicit your continuous patronage. It's been such a pleasure to serve you through the years. The people out at Russell's are working to make the services more unique in all manners for your old customers, your new customers and friends. The store hours are 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays. They have daily services with the purchases of $10 and up. They want you to question their business. They want your suggestions, and here's a number you may call, 427-1445. Did you know they carry over 1,000 different products to choose from that fit the needs of all ladies, men, and children? All races, colors, and creeds are invited. The best in the state of Oklahoma. Mrs. T. Russell Roberts is the president, and that's all family members. And certainly we want to support family business. The telephone, once again, is 427-1445. The location, 3048 Northeast 16th Street. Let me repeat that telephone number, 427-1445. Now, they will deliver if you purchase $10 and up. Today's program is so exciting because you're going to be a part of that program. Congratulations to the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity for their 7th annual Ebony Awareness Bowl. The participating churches was the Allen Chapel AME Church, the Avery Chapel AME Church, East 6th Street Christian Church, the 5th Street Baptist Church, Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church, St. James Baptist Church, St. John's Missionary Baptist Church, St. Mary's CME Church, and the Tabernacle Baptist Church. And our congratulations go out to the 3rd place winner this year, the St. James Baptist Church, Reverend W.B. Parker, pastor, and to the team captain, Henry Talley, the team members, Erica Johnson and Derek Love. The alternates, Shantae Jenkins and Dale Robertson. Now for the 2nd place winners. The 5th Street Baptist Church, Reverend Fred L. Elkins, the minister. The team captain was Terry Whitaker. The team members, James Williams and Marco McFadden. The alternate, Michael Ray. Now for the 1st place winner. The 1st place winner, the Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church. The team captain, Kimberlyn Ashcraft. The team members, Joy Howard and Amber McCauley. The alternates was Gina Spriggs and Terrence Stevens, and the pastor, Reverend A. Glenn Woodbury. All members received participation trophies, and tomorrow will be a happy day because these young people will receive money, real money, from the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. And to the 5th Street Baptist team, I'm very happy to report that I have your money at this time. We have moved just so we can continue to give you the kind of service you have come to expect over the years. And we are very easy to find, so drop by our brand new shop at 1024 South Douglas in Midwest City, Oklahoma. From Sir Charles the Tailor. The telephone number is 733-7600. You deserve a new suit. You deserve a tailor-made suit made to fit your body. All at Sir Charles the Tailor, 1024 South Douglas Street. The administrator and staff of the Edwards Redeemer Nursing Center would like to wish each one of you individually a happy Valentine's Day. This month is Black Heritage Month, and that is important to us at Edwards Redeemer because we are a Black-owned and a Black-operated nursing home. We are a proof of what you can do in a free society. We are a 106-bed facility located on the Near East Side. We are staffed with an RN director and licensed personnel around the clock. Our dietary team is supervised by a member with years of experience. We prepare healthy and appetizing meals daily, and we are equipped to prepare those special diet needs. We have planned activities that are coordinated by our social service activity director. When you have to make the decision to place a loved one in a nursing facility, it can be difficult. We at Edwards Redeemer would like to help you make your decision easier. You may speak with our administrator, Mrs. Ethery Brown, or the director of nursing, Mrs. Estelle Bug. For more information, pre-registration, or a tour of the facility, stop by Edwards Redeemer at 1530 Northeast Grand Boulevard near I-35 and 10th Street, or call 424-CARE That's 424 CARE. Today's program is your program. It belongs to you. And certainly, if something belongs to you, it's yours. This is your program. And Dr. A.L. Dial is your optometrist. You may call him at 235-0536. He's located at 934 Northeast 8th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You are in a position to make a difference. One person can make a difference, and you are that one person that can make a difference. Say, how about sending something special for your sweetheart as a Valentine season approaches with its message of love, and you can tell her how much you love her. Oh, I love you. Say it with flowers. Call the Exotic Flowers, 3671 North Everett Street here in Oklahoma City. That's the Exotic. Mr. and Mrs. Bennett will wait on you. And let me give you the telephone number, 424-7659. 424-7659. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are going to rejoice. We are going to be happy, and we are going to thank God for the blessings that we have. The beauticians are arriving in Oklahoma City from all over the United States. They are headquartered at the Sheraton Hotel in downtown Oklahoma City. Mrs. Lovin would like to invite you to come out tonight to that special Oklahoma City night, when Oklahoma City will welcome the beauticians. The beauticians are here in their national board meeting, making plans for their national convention. And be sure and remember that you are welcome. And those of you that are beauticians, rush down and register in order that you can become better informed about what's going on in the beauty world. Are you tired? Are you tired of being tired? Are you really tired? Then Janie Lurks has some news for you, and I'll be telling you about that later on in the program. Have you ever seen hundreds of people marching for Jesus? You will have the opportunity to see that on May 9th, 1992, when hundreds of young people, middle-aged and senior citizens, will march for Jesus. It's called Clouds of Witnesses. Clouds of Witnesses. Witnesses that surpasses the boundary lines of denominations, race, creed, or previous condition. A cloud of witness that will involve so many people. And if you are under any kind of stress and you want to be relieved, I want you to put down May 9th, 1992, when there will be clouds of witnesses. Thousands of witnesses will march down to the Myriad Convention, and there they will sing the songs of their forefathers. What a day. Those of you that would like to become involved, all you have to do is to call Reverend W.B. Parker, SM93. Okay, I'll give you that number later, but you can call Reverend Parker, Reverend Free, Reverend Cooper, Reverend Wallace. Just call. All of the ministers know about it, and it's being sponsored by the ministers who are giving us the leadership as it should be in our city. Don't forget it now. Put it on your calendar. Clouds of Witnesses, which will take place on May 9th, 1992. The clouds of witnesses showing the world that there's a better way, and that better way is by going by the teachings of Jesus. This is Black Heritage Week, and this is a time that we take time out and salute Black pioneers. Now, I tell you what, today I do have something to give you. It's just a little something, a little $1, which might buy you a Coke. On the Freedom Wall at Freedom Center, there are some dates that tell you what happened in certain years. For months, we've been telling you that we are going to build a Freedom Wall with 246 large stones that represent the 246 years that blacks were in slavery, and then 99 stones indicating the years of legalized segregation. We want you to go to the wall and we want you to read, because so many of you have told us they don't teach black history in our school. We want to know more about black history. Well, all you will have to do is to go to the wall. Now, the monument isn't completed, but you will be able to see the base of the monument. You will also be able to see on the north side a picture of a woman. She could be a black woman, a white woman, a red woman, a yellow woman. But this woman is looking toward the future, and regardless of what has ever happened to her eyes are set forward. She's holding in her hand a flame of hope, hoping that her children will have a better day. But then you notice one hand is stiff because she's pulling her children. She wants to pull her children away from crime. She wants to pull her children away from drugs. She wants to pull her children out of the dark dungeons of yesterday and move them toward the sunlight of today. But I'm going to ask you a question. And the first one that can go to the wall and read that and read the answer if you don't know it. Tell me what happened in 1857. Tabitha Baptist Church is going to install a new minister. The installation services for J.L. Mitchell will start on February 26th and will last through March the 1st. The program will take place at 7:30 p.m. each night, with Reverend Leroy Billingsley being the host minister. Now, these nights are divided up, and I want you to support this program because of the uniqueness of it. Now, just listen. On Wednesday, February 26th, the program will be sponsored by the Brotherhood, the deacons, the deaconesses, and the trustees. The sermon will be delivered by Reverend Free of the Mount Carmel Baptist Church, Reverend Gaddis of the Greater Bethel Baptist Church, and Reverend Patton of the Holy United Baptist Church will all be part of that program. A special invitation are being extended to the Brotherhood members, the deacons and the deaconesses and trustees. They want you to come out and enjoy, and not spiritually enjoy, spiritually benefit by Wednesday, February the 26th. On Thursday, the sponsors will be the Sunday School and Usher Board. Churches that are participating will be Reverend Bub and Reverend Brown from the Friendship Baptist Church, Reverend Knox from the Sunrise Baptist Church, and Reverend Kelly Booker from the Union Baptist Church. Now, the sermon will be delivered by that dynamic minister from the Paradise Baptist Church, Reverend F.D. Roseborough. They are inviting all Sunday school people, all ushers, to be present in the installation services for their pastor, Reverend Mitchell. On Friday, February the 29th, the WMU and music department will be in charge. And they really have the right minister to preach. He not only can preach, he can sing. Reverend J.H. Tucker of the New Zion Baptist Church will deliver the sermon. Reverend James Reed from the Central Baptist Church, Reverend Lee Cooper from the Prospect Baptist Church, and Reverend Lester Cesar from the Antioch Baptist Church number 1 will help conduct the services. But Sunday morning, Reverend Kim Brown, one of the leading ministers from Dallas, Texas, will deliver the sermon. He's from the Mount Tabor Baptist Church. That's Sunday, March 1st at 11 a.m. And it will close on Sunday, March the 1st at 3 p.m. when the pastor of the Fairview Baptist Church will deliver the message. That's Reverend J.A. Reed. Now, participating will be Reverend James Bradford from the New Covenant Baptist Church, Reverend Charles Douglas of the Antioch Institutional Baptist Church, Reverend W.K. Jackson and Reverend M.L. Jameson from the St. John Baptist Church, and Reverend J.L. Mashak from the Tabernacle Baptist Church. Today we are very happy to dedicate our program and we're going to keep you guessing. Now, you may call us here. What happened in 1857? You say you didn't know black history. Well, it's on the wall, and all you have to do is to look on the wall and call us. The telephone number out here is 672-1220. Don't forget, we need to know what happened in 1857. Oklahoma City can no longer say, I don't know black history, because it's on the wall. Freedom Wall. It's on the wall. What's going on in our various churches during Black Heritage Week? Well, I'll tell you something exciting that's going to happen during Black Heritage Week on the third Sunday in February at the Emmanuel Baptist Church of Spencer at 3 p.m. Marilyn Hildred will deliver the Black History message. The subject is "The Struggle Continues," and a question: where do we as a people go from here? Mrs. Lawson is in charge of the program. Where do we go from here? That's at the Emmanuel Baptist Church of Spencer. Those of you that are going will have the opportunity to see that new Emmanuel Baptist Church of Spencer, Oklahoma. I'm urging you to support all of the Black History programs that will be held here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and throughout the state. And speaking of what's happening, the NACP will be celebrating its birthday on February the 12th. Dr. Benjamin Hooks has sent out an appeal for everyone at 12 o'clock on February the 12th. That's Lincoln's birthday, and that's the birthday of NACP as it celebrates its 83rd birthday, to ring a bell 83 times as a reminder of what has happened in the 83 years of NACP. 83 times. And when you hear the bells ringing on Lincoln's birthday, don't be surprised. Just say that we are part of a national bell ringing ceremony. Black History Week was first instituted by Mr. Carter G. Woodson in 1926, and then it became Black History Month in 1976. I've been very busy during Black History Month, and I shall continue to be busy, because on tomorrow at 3 p.m., I will have the opportunity to speak in McAlester, Oklahoma, at the East Star Baptist Church, according to Miss Grace Thomas. That's located at 10th and Cherokee in McAlester, Oklahoma. I also shall have the opportunity to speak at Shields Elementary School. I shall have the opportunity to speak, and I'm really excited about all of this, in Okmulgee, Oklahoma on Tuesday, February the 18th. What's happening at 5th Street to Baptist Church during Black Heritage Week? We know that it was kicked off with a salute to those black pioneers that have made it possible. We know that the music has been geared toward black history, but now we have Deacon Bird all ready to go. Deacon Bird?
Yes, Mr. Luper.
How are you today?
Fine.
What's going on at 5th Street to Baptist Church?
Are you talking about today or tomorrow?
Oh, I'm talking about every day. Let's start today. I understand that Mr. Carlos Williams will be practicing his drill team, and there will be rehearsals for the youth council. And tomorrow, Reverend Elkins will be delivering that dynamic sermon with some mentions of black history. But what's going on next Sunday?
Well, next Sunday we're going to be celebrating a recognition of Black History Month by having a special program geared to that effect.
All right, now, is it true that that program will feature a lot of spirituals?
That is true, Sister Luper. We are using as a theme this year, Spiritually Yours.
What? Spiritually yours.
That's correct.
Oh, great. Okay, tell me more.
All right. So this Spiritually Yours is going to be geared not only to the spiritual of the black race, but also to the effect of the spirituality of Jesus Christ on the lives of each and every one of us.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. I want you to repeat that because there are some people that really love spirituals and they want to know and understand. Would you repeat that for me?
All right, our theme is going to be spiritually yours. And we're using as a scriptural premise the 8th chapter of Romans and the first verse. But we are having some guest churches who are going to be sharing with us on next Sunday, which is the 16th of February. And all of the music is going to be, that's going to be rendered, will be black spirituals, Negro spirituals.
Well, that's exciting. Will you be singing a spiritual?
I don't know yet.
Well, I am publicly requesting that you would sing one.
All right, I'll see what we can
You
work.
pass that on to the music director and see what she says, right?
All right.
Deacon Bird, I really appreciate you, and I would like to congratulate you for the work you are doing at Fifth Street, especially what you did with the Ebony team. And I have the money.
Well, that's great, Sister Luper. I know that the young people will be glad to hear that.
I wonder if shall I give them the money today or wait and present it tomorrow?
I think it would be good to present it in front of the church body so that they can see what the young people are really doing.
Okay, well, we'll do that, and thank you so very kindly, and a special hello to Connie.
Sister Luper,
Yes?
let me just mention that our speaker will be Reverend Floyd L. Wilson from the True Vine Baptist Church in Spencer, Oklahoma.
The speaker for Black History will be one of my former students then, Reverend Wilson from True Vine,
That's correct.
and the choir will be here too.
We're expecting them as well.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I know one True Vine member that will be there. That would be Nancy Davis. Because wherever Reverend Wilson, wherever Reverend Walker goes, Nancy is sure to follow. Thank you so very, very kindly.
All right, and thank
Say, before you leave, on the fourth Sunday, I understand you're having the anniversary of your pastor. Is that correct?
That is correct, Sister Luper. We're having anniversary. We're going to be celebrating the 4th anniversary.
Well, that's commendable.
Right.
The 4th anniversary, which will be next Sunday, and we'll be telling you more about that as we get more information. Okay?
All right.
Well, thank you so very kindly, and have a great day.
And thank you.
This is the Clara Luper radio show, and I would like to dedicate this show to anyone that's 83 years old as we celebrate the 83rd anniversary of the NAACP. Calvin, you put on quite a show last Saturday. Calvin came out here last Saturday. He was number 2 in the race.
You're absolutely right. I enjoyed last Saturday, that limousine ride.
Oh, so you had a limousine.
You know, but that was last week. This week I got to be a little quiet because of the fact that I got beat. I must announce that I got beat, and I got beat thoroughly by some dynamic people. But, you know, that's the way it goes. One week you're up, one week you're down. But I'm not worried about it because my time is still coming. I got so much faith that, you know, it's hard to beat me long. But then last week I did get beat. But week before last I had a great time. And I swear I will have a great time again. You know, I've been listening to the announcements of the exciting things that will be happening during Black History Week. I want to remind everybody that this would be a great opportunity to come by the Freedom Center and look at the monument, to take a look at that wall. And I've been surprised, Mom. No one has called yet with the correct answer to what happened in 1857. That's really unusual for the Oklahoma City listening audience, isn't it?
Oh, they are going to call. Give them that number again so they can call.
That number is 672-1220 here at KTLV, where you're listening to the Clara Luper radio show. And the question is, what happened in 1857? And it's on the wall there at the Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue.
No longer will people be able to tell us, I don't know Black history. Well, we would ask the parents to bring your children to Freedom Center. Read the walls. Let them know their own history. If you don't know where you've been, you will never know where you have to go. Such progress. Can you imagine that Black people made progress during slavery time? In spite of slavery time, and I'm reading a biography of Phyllis Wheatley again. It's a beautiful biography, and tells how this young lady just could pick up words and put them together. And we're going to read some of her poems. And speaking of that, you've sent poems in, but Carlisa Boyd sent in a poem on a black mother. Listen at her words. A Black Mother by Carlisa Boyd. A mother who cares is a mother who shares. You are a special mother that brings a loving wish to all for many special things. All its happiness, all its joy and cheer, and everything you want the most throughout the coming year. A Black Mother by Carlisa Boyd. And I think Carlisa is about 9 years old, and yours continue to come in. I want my co-workers, and you have called me, and you have said to me, you have said, Clara, why do you talk about Freedom Center with its Freedom Wall, with its interior, with its monument, with its inside? Why do you talk about it? Let me ask you a question. Why don't you talk about it? I would rather be talking about Freedom Center than to be down raiding somebody else.